I was out for lunch with some friends when it finally happened. Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco have finally been fired from the Los Angeles Chargers, and this is so far overdue. I honestly think that both of them could have been fired after last offseason with how awful their season ended last year, losing a 27-point lead to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the divisional round of the AFC playoffs last year. But they kept them around, and obviously this year they weren't doing anything right, even with the immense amount of talent on this team. And as a Chargers fan myself, I'm so happy to finally see them both go, because this team has so much talent, and I don't want to waste prime years of Justin Herbert, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack while we're having insufficient coaching and poor roster management from our general manager. And it's so nice to see the Chargers finally move on from them and decide to bring in some new life into the building, because Khalil Mack is literally leading the NFL in sacks right now. And Justin Herbert was playing very well. Keenan Allen was having great games left, right, and center and was putting up great numbers early on in the season. Mike Williams had a great start to the season before he got hurt. And there's just so many positives on this team, but they just can't bring it all together, and I credit that to the coaching or their lack of. And I just think that this team needed a change in culture, and they finally have it by firing Brandon Staley. But the next step for them right now is to find a competent head coach, because they've had talent for years, but they just haven't been able to overcome the hurdle of getting to the next step, winning a couple playoff games, getting to that Super Bowl, and maximizing the talents of their players. And that's something that Brandon Staley clearly didn't do. He came in as a defensive guru and was thought to fix the Chargers defense, which was always a problem when Philip Rivers was there and in the early years of Justin Herbert. But in all honesty, the defense got worse under his control and with more talent. They've drafted so well defensively. They've picked up Joey Bosa. They drafted Derwin James. They got steals in the draft for both of them, to be honest. And then they traded for Khalil Mack. They have Asante Samuel Jr., who's been playing very well at times throughout his tenure with the Chargers. And they've only gotten better on defense in terms of individual talented players. And yet their defensive unit as a whole has just gotten worse and worse throughout the time that Brandon Staley has been there and has been a bottom feeder defense in the NFL. And that being said, the Chargers were one of the top offenses in the entire league this year. I believe they were top 10 in points scored. They were a top team in yards. I think they had the most points in the AFC West coming into Thursday Night Football, even more than the Chiefs and even more than the streaking Broncos. But now they're last place in the entire division. So as a Chargers fan myself, and for other Chargers fans, it's frustrating to see us hold on to a head coach and a general manager that have been so incompetent for so long. But now that they are moving on, and now that they're going to have a breath of fresh air in the building, I do believe that this team is ready for success next year when Justin Herbert can come back from his injury and everyone can get healthy and we have a top pick in the draft this upcoming year. I do believe that last night clinched us a top 5 pick in the NFL draft or a top 10 pick at the very least. So if they can capitalize on that, maybe get one more playmaker on offense and bring in the appropriate pieces at head coach and general manager, as well as just changing some things up internally, I do believe that this team has a chance to make a deep playoff run every year, and I think that they'll always be in contention for at least a wildcard spot as long as Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, and the squad are all there. And they have Herbert locked up for a long time. They have many of their players locked up. But now it comes down to results on the field, because the NFL is obviously a results-driven league, and it's time for the Chargers to capitalize on their individual talent and actually make a run deep into the playoffs. Because as a Chargers fan myself, I'm tired of talking about, oh, this team is so talented, this team is so good. I'm beginning to feel like we're the Cowboys of the AFC, where we're like, this is our year. This is a time where we're going to capitalize on our talent. We have all the talent in the world. This is our year. But we just never take advantage of the talent that we have on the team. And I'm sick of it. So it's for Brandon Staley to be fired. I think this was long overdue. I think the Chargers made the right decision in doing so. I think they could have easily salvaged their season if they had fired him maybe 6 weeks ago or so. But I'm excited to see who they hire as their new head coach. I've heard rumors of Bill Belichick, and I'm really excited to see what they can do if they bring in a competent head coach and competent general manager. So let me know what you think of the Chargers roster in the comments below. Do you think they are a playoff contender for next year? And who do you think they will draft in April's NFL draft? God bless you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, have a great day.